Hey guys, John Hayden with you, and along with Adam Christian, we've got some weather issues, don't we, Adam?
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
looking like it may be a little sketchy out there tomorrow.
yeah, I think so. So, just out of an abundance of caution, we are going to record this, and we are canceling tomorrow's 6 a.m. session and evening session because of the weather. We just don't know what it's going to do overnight, and we feel like we probably should cancel. But, guys, we want you to go ahead and watch the videos, and we just thought we'd share a little bit. Brian can't be with us this afternoon, and so I've asked Adam to join us just to talk about what Greg Steyer had to say. It was really a good session. In fact, I watched it last night. Adam, you said this is one of your favorite sessions.
Yeah, I think out of all the sessions that I got a chance to watch, I think this was probably one of the most practical sessions. I think most of us guys, if we're honest, maybe need a little bit of a kick in the pants to get out and share our faith with those around us. Many of us are in situations where we're surrounded by people who don't know Jesus, but often we are content to be complacent and to just let that slide. And so yeah, I loved Steyer's kind of push for us to get out.
Well, and his testimony was riveting at the beginning.
Yeah.
He said his family was filled, and I wrote it down, with bodybuilding, tobacco chewing, beer drinking thugs, and that was just the women. You remember how he introduced his
Yep.
family, and that was great. And yeah, he had a message for us all to hear, especially those of us in marketplace ministry. I'll call that marketplace ministry, where guys may not be rubbing shoulders with Bible believing Christians every day. And that's important that we think about that and really have an opportunity to share the gospel in ways that us guys here at the church wouldn't have be able to share.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I think back to my time before entering ministry, 20 something years ago, I worked at Starbucks and I had far more conversations about the gospel, honestly, working there than I'm often able to do here. I'm surrounded all day long with people who know and love Jesus, and that's great. But I'm not the one who gets the opportunity quite as often to share faith with somebody who doesn't know Jesus, because really it's those who are out in the community working in marketing, or they're mechanics, or they're working at Starbucks, like that it's you guys who
Yeah.
are in contact with these people every day.
Yeah, and we want to introduce you guys to a book that we have here at the church. We have a lot of copies, and you may want to receive one of these books. Just ask Adam or myself or Brian. We can get you a copy of
Yep.
this book called Finding the Path. Adam, why don't you share with us about this book that you helped create?
Sure. Yeah. So really, this came out of just trying to think through one of the things that we often hear when people are saying like why they tend not to share their faith is because they're not really sure how to. And so we really wanted to create just a practical tool for you to be able to not just leave this on a table at a restaurant, but something that you could use if you're unsure of how to share your faith with others, but you want to communicate the gospel to them. This is for you. As you open it, there is just a quick message about, it's hard to find the path, but you're not in this alone. The QR code that's there, you can see that a little bit in the camera there. That QR code takes you right back to a form that lets us here at CFC follow up with somebody. Um, but really, the best part is the inside of the book. I'll just read through not the text itself, but just the headings here. It starts with sin is a problem. The orange here, that problem, that's you and me. Um, the purple, Jesus is the only answer to that problem, and in the green, finally, that the gospel has the power to transform lives. Guys, that is the gospel. That sin is a problem that we all have. Um, and whether we realize it or not, that sin has separated us from God. And the only way that we can find that restoration, that reconciliation with God, is through Jesus. And so those four headings, there's just a couple. I mean, you can see there's just a couple of paragraphs in each one. It doesn't go deep, but it's very clear. It's a great way to present the gospel to a friend of yours, family member who doesn't know Jesus. And each one connects with a passage from the book of Romans. Romans, I think, John, I don't know if you agree with this, but to me, if there's one place that in Scripture that so clearly communicates the gospel, I think it's Romans. And I think that
Mm.
that was one of Paul's aims as he wrote that book. And so we've pulled out key passages from Romans that if you're not going to read the whole book, that'd be great. But these walk you through the basics of the gospel. And so I would love for you to we have plenty of these. You can come and pick up a stack if you want. We just ask that you use them and that we would encourage you to do that in the context of relationship, as opposed to just leaving it somewhere for somebody to find and hopefully stumble through on their own.
Yeah. So we are skipping the 19th. So next week is when we'll see you guys next, the 26th. Brian is looking forward to being with the evening guys. I'm looking forward to being with you guys in the morning. And we'll join and resume on the 26th. And make sure you watch the Greg Stier video. We'll talk about it the following week just for a few minutes and then get into the next session. So look forward to seeing you guys then. Bye-bye.
All right. Stay safe and warm, guys.